Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Stacey Bluebird and welcome to a Hytale video. Yes, it is my turn. I know everyone's playing Hytale and it's probably gonna be like, another person. I'm just gonna be doing this for fun and whatnot. I have not watched any gameplay of Hytale yet. I'm gonna go in somewhat blind so I can, have the element of surprise. Towards me, not being surprising towards, whatever's in the game. This is gonna be a bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a voiceover. The reason being was I decided to go ahead and play Hytale really late at night. I really did not want to ooh, I like the bangs on these, but it's short hair. And of course, all the little wolf and cat ears also with short hair for some reason. They always are with short hair. I don't want to nitpick. I know it's early stages, but it's why? So I kind of went with emo hair. I got my character ready. Once my character was ready, it was time to create the world. I named it the start of something new, and I just kept it at the default settings that they had. And thus my journey began in a small room with this purple particly thing, which looked pretty cool. I had a look around at my surroundings and started to figure how to work things. I changed some keybinds. I set my keybinds more to Minecraft since that was a little easier for me. And of course, I had to punch everything inside the room. And throwing rocks was a little too amusing to me. A little too amusing. I also learned that I can jump 2 blocks high and I can climb up things, which you will see here in a second. Then the statue became the victim of me finding rocks being thrown and flying across the room amusing. Sadly, the candle does not light anything on fire. Ew, a map. I find it quite interesting that that little room is the spawn room for every world, I assume. It was time to open the doors and see sunlight that I haven't seen in 35 years. Man, it's bright outside. It was time to explore and figure out what everything is. I was very confused on why this berry bush gave me a shiny green orb called Essence of Life. Did I murder the plant? I'm not too sure, but this blood flower might have. Why is it a blood flower? Yes, I got startled by the random music appearing, being pretty loud in my ears. Then I saw the frog. I wasn't sure if it was an angry frog or an approachable frog, so I'm about to find out. The frog was indeed scared of me, so I decided the best action was to throw rocks at it. So out of rocks, I had to throw some hands. I don't know why I was surprised he died. I guess it just looked very sad and his body was just laying there lifeless. Admittedly, I did feel bad for the tiny frog that I punched to death. Then I came across these two rare giant turkey birds that witnessed me murder a tiny innocent frog. And of course, I tried taming the chicken turkey thing with some berries, which it denied. I looked over how to craft some tools and got to work. Then happiness filled my heart when I saw this cute, absolutely adorable duck that I also wanted to tame and be friends with. The duck promptly ignored me. I then proceeded to craft my first weapon. No, not out of anger that the duck did not want to be my friend. Then I saw this giant green bugger walking. I assume he was hostile because orgs are usually pretty mean. And in my current newbie state, I figured I'd probably get pummeled into the ground and die. Like that poor little frog. Well, you know the drills. I got the tools and I need to make a workbench and figure out what I can create. Now, wanting ahead, you might get a bit of a headache. I dislike that there's a bunch of camera shaking when you're mining a bunch of blocks. It certainly gave me a headache. This tree falling was the absolutely most satisfying bit. I don't have to leave floating trees to make everyone suffer. That's both a good and sad thing. As you can see here, I decided to craft a bow and a few arrows. Then proceeded to try to tame this jackalope-looking rabbit. And once again, I decided to choose violence when it did not want to be my friend. When friend not friend, friend is food. When you can't feed them, eat them. That's when I learned that I can block and do this little super jab thing with my tiny little knife. I was going to attempt to kill the walking booger, but both booger orgs walked away from the camp, so I took the opportunity to see if I could loot it. There was a very suspicious carrot, which obviously is a trap. I'm still gonna point and make fun of you, Banjo, for not realizing it was a trap. Ha ha ha. What I thought was a cool feature was being able to just yoink everything out of the chest with the click of a button. Did I bother reading the other settings? No, because I felt like I was gonna die at any moment. Once it seemed like the camp was completely looted, I decided to take my leave before the orgs came back. I crafted a furnace and hoped to cook some food. I quickly realized that this only smelts ore, and that I had to make a chef workbench in order to cook any food. I saw this adorable little mouse that I wanted to try and also tame, but it led me into a cave that I attempted to explore and get some copper ore. The cave was just a bit too spooky for me, so I decided to leave the cave. The mouse little squeaks were just so adorable. Then, with my eyes, I saw a little fox in the distance, which, yes, I also tried to make my friend, and it didn't want to be my friend, but the fox was so cute. I tried to also tame the elk deer thingies. They also didn't want to be my friend. Then there was cute little sheep. I thought about making friends with them, but I decided I wanted wool more. Then there was horses. They're so cool. I wanted to see if I could also tame them. Then I saw one with a blonde mane. And to my surprise, I could ride it. And I don't know when, but I named this horse Emo. Then I decided to pick a fight with the skeleton, who decided to pick a fight with me, and it was kind of odd combating, but I was victorious and got some bone fragments. I'm not sure if I should voice over every single little thing, like you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just working on gathering stuff. Once I had my food, I ventured off with Emo and came across a bear. Then another bear. Then I had to flee across the river and try to investigate this suspicious looking house. As you can see, the suspicious looking house was actually a mine shaft, which. Interesting. I didn't expect that. I got an apple and I decided to try to give that to Emo, but then I got jump scared by these two weird little skelly heads and I had to run away. I made myself a safety hole where I kind of crafted a few more things. I came out of my cave and saw these cute little pigs and this very adorable little piglet. I went back to the suspicious house to try to complete exploring it. But then quickly remembered I was going to give Emo this apple, which was a grave mistake because he ended up running away. And running into wolves, which the wolves decided that he was a big tasty snack. I got Emo to safety, and for a second I thought I actually tamed him because he decided to lay down. Apparently that was his shock, and he didn't want the apple and continued to run away. And that's when I never saw Emo again. Yes, for some reason I thought the front doors would take me somewhere else. I don't think I need to say anything here. It was rather anticlimactic. Then I found out I had another camera mode, which I could look around with. I was gonna kill some wolves, but the jackalope ended up volunteering as a distraction while I looted the house. But the distraction did not last long and I had to face some wolves. It was a very good thing the chest had a healing potion in it, on top of berries giving slight regeneration. I found a campsite which I decided to cook a carrot. I thought you could cook the apples, but I guess not. I was going to leave, but decided to take the cooking pot since it didn't belong to anyone anymore because the guy is dead. I'm not gonna lie, even while editing this video, I keep thinking those little log piles were tiny spiders. I came across this building which, honestly, had really nothing in it. Then I came across which I first thought were fluffy cows, but they were something much, much, much uglier. Yeah, these are very ugly looking things. Then I saw a snake. The snake was so cute. Look at the little guy. I like how it actually gives you a warning and then it attacks you if you keep bothering it. And then I got this weird, gross poison sack, which was kind of gross. Then I saw the swamp thing. I saw it earlier heading my way down to the weird cows. And indeed, there was a weird creature, and if the snake was poisonous, I assume that dude was poisonous as well.
chickens. Look at the little chick. He's so cute. Which, yes, I tried to tame, but I couldn't.
I had enough copper for one little small piece of armor, and yes, I got jump scared by the workbench because I thought a skeleton spawned right on it. But it was actually just a workbench animation it has. Well, so much for worrying about having long hair. The squirrel was so cute, but I think it had a mental problem because it decided to just stand there and squeak at me. It was a very confusing encounter. Man, I really like the birds that are everywhere in the sky. Ah, here it is. This is my attempt on trying to tame the squirrel. Ooh, loot! Wait, loot. I was very cautious at this point because something had killed something right here in this very spot. And I think I see the culprit. It was indeed a very, very big spider, but it was sleeping, so I decided to not bother it. Then I was very, very, very excited because it was an owl. Owls are my favorite birds, and they were so cute. Oh my goodness, they have owls, which I couldn't tame. It's a little owl. I went ahead and experimented to see if I could ride the deer like I could ride a horse, but I could not. Piglets are just so cute. Ah, I'm finally awake. I miscalculated the sleep time, but it was time to get up now. During this fight, this is when I learned that I could bash the enemy's faces with the shield.
I absolutely don't like how it curls up and dies. That was,
As an editor, I facepalmed really hard that I could visibly see the bear right there, but in the game, I did not notice the bear. I also really do not like the loud creaking noises the trees make. Constantly hearing the grrrr was kind of annoying. I found this pretty pond, and I wanted to see if there was anything inside it. Wah! Indeed! A scaly bob that came out of nowhere thinking he was a landfish. I killed him, of course. Well, killed. Made him more dead. Yes, that was a poor attempt on trying to climb a wall. Then I came across an autumn biome. It's so pretty. I was almost debating on living here, but I really did not like the mushrooms that were everywhere. I really have a strong dislike for mushrooms, especially with weird textures. And as pretty as the trees were, some of the plants just didn't sit right with me. As much as I wanted to build a home here, I didn't quite like the biome. But I did indeed like all the little pumpkins, so I took a bunch of pumpkins. Because I absolutely adore autumn. Came across these cute little boars. Look at the piglets or borlets. I don't know. But they're just so cute. I still don't know what these green things are for. Okay, the little piglets kind of sound like a little rubber chicken. Turkey! And the cute little baby turkey. Yes, I'm calling out the little animals. So cute. It was just like little adorable. Like, just squish it. It's so tiny. It's so cute. There might already be one, but being able to pet maybe passive mobs would be quite cute. And or be able to just pick them up. You guys know the response by now. It's so cute. It's adorable. Look at the little tiny piglets. They're all a little hairy and fluffy. Not gonna lie, during the gameplay, I was thinking how many families I've already separated by trying to run up and pet and tame the animals. There was a cave right in front of me where I got the notification I was in a new biome. I decided to take a quick little peek inside of it, and there was this very lonely looking fish. Which, after staring at its beauty, I decided to kill it to see if it would drop anything. And there was a cute little bat as well, and I wanted to take that too, but I couldn't, so I continued killing the fish. Just dropped fish. I have no idea what these are, but they are adorable. They're so just round and chubby and fluffy. I was blind yet again, and this time I wasn't safe. A bear saw me and started chasing me. And then these skellies decided to join in the hunt. I lost the bear and one skeleton and killed this guy. Found it cool that they could block as well. I was shocked that I could see underwater. I was not expecting that. It was really pretty. I wanted to go where I saw ice, but came across this little village. I figured it was another hostile camp, but I was wrong. This is when I learned those orbs are currency. I like how you actually have to crouch through the doorways. After my visit, it was time to see what the ice was about. There was a giant place that looked really cool. Oh, and the ice is extremely slippery. I almost fell down the crevices a few times. I was hoping it was a friendly place, but it was not. With the surprise, I accidentally dropped my bread. With hurting my ankles, I dropped my bird again, leaving me no choice but to eat frozen ground bread. That shot genuinely scared me, so I ran away. As I walked away, I was planning on how I would invade in the future. Either two kingdoms spawned in the same place, or this was just one very large kingdom.
Ooh, a pine cone.
Snow. I was getting closer to the biome I was hoping to find. A biome with snow and pretty white trees. There was a snowy owl. I was so excited over that. Then I came across the cyber tooth. I accidentally got too close. It was cool the blocks had a connection pattern. I have found the biome in the distance, along with a castle. I assume it was an enemy castle. With there being a dead dude, I assumed correctly. Where's these pretty bisons? They're so cool. I thought I was gonna get headbutted, but I didn't, thankfully. I finally got to the forest, where I found these blue crystals and frost leaves. While collecting, I also was being very careful because I figured there might be something in the woods that would try to get me. And indeed I was right. Welp, I might make this place my home. I'm not too sure yet. But what I am sure is that this is the end of this episode here. I hope you all enjoyed. The next video should be a regular video where I'm talking normally. But if you enjoyed the voiceover, maybe this is a series that I'll just do voiceovers on. Either way, let me know. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!